Hi, it's Ross from the Center of Balance and Effective Communication. Hey, I want to talk to you about something, and isn't this pretty? Isn't this beautiful? This is just I'm up at the Broker Farm, which is my wife's family in northern Idaho, and I just want to take a moment and say, hey, those of you who do know me, I'm Ross, and those of you who don't know me, I'm Ross Cook from the Center of Balance and Effective Communication. Today I want to talk to you about something that's really near and dear to my heart because it comes from a conversation of one of my bestest friends that I ever had in my life, and also one of my great heroes is a lovely lady named Barbara Dewey. And Barbara Dewey used to talk about what is self-love. Let's spend a good deal of time figuring out what self-love is. And she had it down to 3 components. She said it's self-nurture, it's self-appreciation, and it's self-responsibility. So those 3 things are critically important if you're going to spend a lot of time working on your self-love. You know, sometimes when we talk about self-love, we talk, you go somewhere and somebody gets you all excited and you come home and you go, well, what'd they tell you? Well, have faith. Well, then now what do I do next? That what do I do next is a big challenge day to day, minute to minute in our lives. So what do you do next as you work in self-love? You work on self-responsibility. So what have you done today to be responsible to your soul and to all the active ingredients of your life, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind? And a good test of self-love is if I had another 35 or 40% of what my energy's doing today, would that solve the problem for me? Would that do everything? Would all my dreams come true? And if not, how could I invest those energies differently in self-responsibility? Self-responsibility. Okay, so that's one of them. Self-nurture is another one. What are you doing to feed yourself? What are you doing to take care of yourself and honor yourself? Not just be responsible for it and as a part of this world, but what are you doing to feed yourself? Nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself. And yes, to develop yourself. And the last one is self-responsibility. And self-responsibility, normally when these 3 come up, people are like, oh, I'm really good at that one, I'm really good at that one. You're going to find one of these that you're not the best at. And that's all right. Just be humble. It's between you and you. This is your journey. So it's between you and you. Self-responsibility, self-nurture, and appreciation. It's vitally important that you like this being here, how you're spending your time, the words that come out of your mouth, the choices you're making. How am I appreciating what I've been given, where I am today? Where does gratitude and those kind of things come into my world of appreciation? So self-love is built as a 3-legged stool: self-responsibility, self-nurture, and self-appreciation. And that's your message today, because it gives you 3 things to drastically and actively work on in your day. Here's the other thing I want to share with you, and then we'll let you go for this morning. Hey, it's a wonderful world out there, and there's a big school of thought that says you're already perfect. We've just unloaded a bunch of stuff that kind of gets in the way of self-love and gets in the way of loving ourselves the way we really could. Just relax and flow with it a little bit. Sometimes when we get into change, we think we have to do a lot of stuff. Sometimes I just have to simmer a little bit. I just have to let it simmer through myself, work within myself, take counsel with myself on self-nurture, self-responsibility, self-appreciation, and your self-love quotient will go way up. I'm Ross. Do something a little differently today, and we'll talk to you again soon. And I love you. Have a great day, all right? Do something different. Jomo.